Okay, old school graphics. And entry number 1 is Skatehat by Spiny of Torment, and this is on an Atari ST using Neochrome. Yeah, 4 colours on this one for Neochrome.
And that's a hat?
Yeah.
A hat? Yeah.
Well, no, it was a guy wearing a hat.
Yes.
Well, it was a head wearing a hat. So,
an Atari ST. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is Zed.NoExit by Greippi. This is an Amiga entry.
ECS. I'm not entirely certain that's relevant for graphics, but I might be wrong on that one.
Well, only if you're going to get into the Ham 8 versus Ham 6.
Yeah, but that's did you say 16 or 32? Sorry, I didn't see.
It didn't say. Also,
right, okay. Not Ham though.
Yeah, this is not Ham. Also, I don't remember. Does this have this has a 4K limit also, right?
I will check.
Okay, I'll read the next one while you check. It's actually my turn to go check. So, Kiev 2033 by Almighty God. And that... Yes. 2033.
Yeah, province, no size limit, so yeah. Okay. So we're good on that. Well, that was the size limit of your machine anyway. Nice cityscape.
Yes. Well, also, no destruction on the buildings or tanks in it. This is The Dance by Electric of Extend, an image made in HCM and HCB mode, HCB plus mode. Multicolor pixels and half-care restrictions and FLI bugs, and I would have to explain all those things. We'll wait for Frankie on that.
Yeah, definitely knows more than we do, and that's very nice.
That is okay. So just to explain what I just said, the C64 does not have. This is not a graphics mode that the Commodore 64 just does. You have to trick it into this graphics mode so that you can have this sort of resolution or colors. And this is just amazing detail.
I distinctly remember you saying there was no skin tone on the Commodore 64.
Exactly. This is not. You do not normally get this type of skin tone like this on a C64. No. This is trickery. It is capable of rendering this picture, but you have to trick it into it, and then you also have to have skill to draw the things. Yeah, that's a picture, folks.
Is it one of the modes where you put a pixel in and it changes what the pixels are in the next segment or something?
No, that's Amiga sort of. Well, yeah. Anyway,
that's true.
Yeah. Bunny Revision to Love.
Bunny Revision to Love by Pararaum, a vintage computing Carinthia. Always a lot of rabbits in this one. This is a Commodore Plus 4 picture.
The Plus 4 has more color possibilities, which you can see here, than the C64 because of the TED chip. And, that does look like a lady named Bunny who can't decide who to give her love to.
I was thinking more Medusa, to be honest with you.
Well, with the green hair a bit, yeah. Yeah.
I'm just waiting for them to tell us they're showing the wrong picture, you know.
Oh, well, don't give them too much stress for that.
No. Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah. House by Slaxx. This is a C64 high-res pic done with multi-paint. Might have seen this picture in Lands of Lore. This is...
I think I've seen it in playing Skyrim, but...
Yeah, that is much less Valheim looking. Trees are slightly off, but the trees, the texturing on the trees, and the branches are quite good. I also like the clouds again.
Number 7 is Tower of the Lich by orreborre of TAONGAD. NES graphics.
I have seen some wicked stuff people are doing on the NES in the past year. And
Nice.
that is another
It's on the NES, so it has to be a side-scrolling, side-scrolling picture.
There's that, but it's also, just look at how it's taking advantage rather than trying to conflict with the way that the NES renders characters.
Yeah.
Because if I'm not mistaken, the NES is not quite as restrictive as the C64 on how many colors you can put per thing, but it is restrictive. So,
Yes, it is.
Launch Fever by DaNDeE. This is a C64 picture again. Let her experiment using Pixel Studio on an iPad and then going for an impressionist style without any dithering and conversing in multi-paint. And yeah, that's an interesting, because when you're converting stuff down into a more restrictive palette, you often run into some issues of color clash and other things. This has managed to avoid them quite well.
Is that why you didn't do any dithering, do you think?
I think so. Because, I would, and that's the thing, is I'm looking at this and going, I wonder if they would have done this natively. First of all, it would have taken probably 4 times as long. But how would it look differently? How would the dithering be? It's just an interesting, because of technique.
Yeah. It's very hard to dither, basically. Anyway, entry number 9 is Reminiscent of Dante's Underworld by Krzysztof of Coyotes 1222 and Matys. Amiga ECS picture. OCS ECS high res, looks like.
Yeah, that's high res.
Yeah.
That is, I would play that adventure game. I also like the color choices. It's a non-traditional palette.
Well, traditional palette on the Amiga?
There are some. Some.
Okay, there's a default palette, but that's it.
Yeah, but I mean, people choose. Well, maybe you're right. Third type encounter by Rebel O'Connor. This is also a Amiga 500. 16. This is 16 colors.
Yeah. Nice little alien there. After taking a nap after destroying a city. Relaxing. He's found a bird as well.
Or is saying hello to the bird. Oh. And my head just went straight to Dragon Ball Z remastered, or whatever the heck that thing is. But yeah. That would be the third type encounter, the bird.
Moments of mild daydreaming by Darklight'Ghostown+Speccy.pl. Amiga. Again, 19 colours this one. I know that seems like a weird number, but often the coder's using the other colours in the palette, even if it's not a multiple of 2. Power of 2. Very nice picture.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if it's bursting out of a a wooden structure, the hands of a taloned creature holding the person upward, but it's that's also interesting use of the highlighting with the golden leaves.
Yes.
or things, and juxtaposition of that with the rest of the colors that are
a limited palette often means you have to pick 2 or 3 colors to make those your main theme, and then you just have to work around that.
So, Spacerace by Clownboss on the C64. An actual photo of him in outer space. Or her. That's, yeah. Dithering on that is different.
That's quite a low resolution, isn't it?
It is. It is a lower resolution. That's a multicolor pick, and it isn't using dithering the way that we often see in C64 pictures. But it's working. It's a wider swath of the dithering. That's interesting. Yeah.
Inner Fear by Vasyl of Joker. More OCS, Amiga. Deluxe Paint 5.
Now, that's some, I want to say detail work, because there's a lot of detail work in some of the claw, but then the person who is in the hand is there's detail there, but it's also, okay, so this is macro and micro, and I can't really describe this. I also like the way that the background is big blocks of irregular diamonds. I like all the techniques that are used in this that are juxtaposed against each other. I like that picture, and also the color palette choice.
Yeah. Deluxe Paint 5, the old classic there.
And with promotion also, which I think is now free. Hotheat by Sulevi of Virtual Dreams. It's been a while since, no, it was Virtual Dreams did something last year also, I think. Sulevi, then, if it's Virtual Dreams. The flames are unusually, that's different for a C64 pick. And you see how the difference of the rendering of the dithering on this picture versus the one from before. This is this is more rasterized. But this is the rasterization of this one to get those extra colors out of your eyes that the C64 doesn't. It doesn't really do, but your eyes come up with them.
Yeah. Man and His Droid by Raphis, Amiga OCS ECS. Cover for a good old 8-bit game.
Rather good music by Mr. Hubbard, too, in it. Oh, look, it's a fake dog. But at least this, maybe we don't have to have this one get wrecked.
That's very good. That's very nice.
That's just. Also, the fact that they're pointed in different directions. That's hard to do. Easter Bunny by Katon of Lepsi. This is a C64.
Another FLI picture of it.
Again, the dithering being used to trick your eye into thinking that there are more colors than what it has.
Yeah,
Which is pretty much the purpose of FLI. Well, okay, maybe there's also something additional. Well, we could discuss why you use FLI and why you don't for hours. And there will never be a definitive answer.
I think because you can is probably a good answer.
That's also one of them. And then sometimes it's, no, you shouldn't do it just because you can. That's, yeah.
Are they still finding new graphics modes on the Commodore 64?
Yes. I like the green on the egg there. That's it stands out.
Yeah. Number 17, Light of Struggle by Facet of Lemon and Genesis Project. Amiga. 32 colors, this one.
This originally scrolled, but that's not allowed, so. Yeah.
It was, for in Amiga demos, you would often get a picture that was 2 screens wide or tall, and they would just scroll the picture, and your eye just kind of took it in. I mean, yeah.
I'm just looking at that and going, okay, now is that a Vallejo picture or not? And no, it's probably not.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Vallejo only works in ham mode, remember?
Oh yes, that's right. Yes, yes. What we're talking about is back in the day. People used to do a lot of impressions of pictures by various other artists. You'd see a picture
of Boris, basically.
Yeah, well, some other folks too, but a lot of Boris. Yeah. But that's not to take away from that picture because it's
no.
remarkable. Connected by remote by Critical. This is another OCS 500 picture.
That the vibes I get from that are immediately Game Over, if you remember that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although that was on the 8-bit machines, not the Amiga.
That is. I'm thinking Obitus. But this isn't anything like Obitus. But yeah. There's a lot of detail there, but you can't get too detailed with 320 by 200, or is this 300 by 240? This is 320 by 256. Yeah. So
full screen.
I mean, there's detail, but then it's blocky detail, and you have to know what you're doing there.
Why So Serious? It's Just a Compo Killer by Arsenic Dune EFT and Hemoroids. This is on the STE.
16 this is going to be interesting.
Colors. Yeah.
This is 16 colors.
Yeah.
And right away
did we
you
say
can
16 colors there?
Right away you can see the difference in the colors that the ST can put out versus the Amiga. These are a bit muted, but because of that, you can see some of the detail that's being used in the dithering on the face and on the jacket and so forth. That's a very good picture. Yeah. Not that others haven't been. I'm just saying that things that are coming out of my brain, because my brain is not really. It needs a little more time to come up with something decent to say than I like this. But
it does a bit, yes. And that was the last one. So yeah, maybe it is a compo killer. You never know. Although I have to say, I mean, those last two Amiga pictures, last 2 or 3, they were excellent as well.
Oh, yeah.
Very much so.
And that ST picture right up there with him.
Yeah, very much.